Well, Coach, first of all, you guys catch your breath yet? It's been quite a summer and off season for you guys here.
Yeah, it's been an awesome summer. We've been kind of traveling around, working satellite camps, going out seeing some great football players, sharing the Nebraska logo worldwide, and it's been awesome. In fact, myself and Coach Verduzco just got back from the USC camp in California, and it's good to go around now to tour Nebraska and just inform the fans of where we are, where we're going, and just meet different people, and I'm excited about the opportunity.
The recruiting at Nebraska, it's probably been different than what you're used to. I mean, in Florida, you guys could pretty much go to Georgia and Florida and call it a day, and just the amount of work it takes at Nebraska to get around the country. How big of an adjustment has that been?
Not really big for me, because when I was at Colorado, we had to recruit nationally. A little different from Florida, but all the coaches we have on staff, we have connections everywhere. And so it's been pretty easy to get around and just tap into those contacts. And Nebraska sells, the end sells. So wherever you go, there's excitement, there's enthusiasm. The guys are excited about what we're about to do at Nebraska. And so it's been awesome. It really has, going into schools and meeting young men and showing them why Lincoln is a special place. It's been great.
Do you have a bet on how many times today you'll be asked who will be the starting quarterback?
That's Coach Verduzco's. That's his answer. We feel like we've got a lot of capable quarterbacks, and there's nothing set in stone. We start fall camp, guys are going to be competing for jobs, so they understand that this summer is important to get stronger, to get in shape. To learn to master the playbook, so that when fall camp comes, it's going to be a great competition.
When you look at Adrian, though, and you compare him to other younger quarterbacks you have, I mean, just the advantage of having him early, how's that paid off, and maybe how much further ahead is he than a typical guy that would just be coming in now?
Yeah, definitely an advantage, getting in, learning the playbook, learning the system, learning the culture, going through workouts. He's definitely ahead of someone that would have come in right now in June, and so that's been beneficial for him. Anytime you're a quarterback, you've got to be a leader, and I think all the quarterbacks have shown that they command leadership, that the guys around them respect what they do and want to play for them, and so that's always good. And this summer is going to be big, that the guys continue to grow, continue to get in the playbook, continue to get stronger faster, and so that we're a better team come fall.
Do you think it's easier to recruit when you play such an up-tempo, kind of fast, fun style of offense in a way? Do you think it's more easy to recruit kids because they want to come to Nebraska and play for a system like that?
Yeah, certain positions, skill position guys want to, catch the ball and play in a fast and up-pace offense. But what we try to sell, not only the offense but the coaching staff, the culture, being a part of the Nebraska and the fans, the support. We've got great coaches that care about young men, and we feel like when guys come and they're part of that culture, they can be successful.
As far as quarterback recruiting, are you guys looking at taking more than one this year? I mean, kind of what's your big picture plans with the position as you kind of start to look ahead?
Yeah, you never know. Right now we feel like one's enough. We've got to commit, and we're excited about that. You never know what's going to happen between now and signing date, so that could change. But we're also looking now to 2020 and the future and who we can bring in. And so, as coaches and as recruiters, you're always recruiting until it's over. So you never know, how many guys you're gonna take. And Coach Verduzco does a great job recruiting quarterbacks and maintaining relationships with all the guys, because there's a lot of time between now and signing day.
What are you looking for in the camps that you're going to run in Lincoln, Friday Night Light camps? You've been all over the country. Will there be anything different about what you guys do in Lincoln as opposed to what you go see elsewhere?
We want guys to have fun. We're opening up to the public, so we want the kids that come to have fun, to experience Nebraska football and the excitement that surrounds even a football camp. And then we want to see guys compete and get after it. And there's a lot of evaluation that goes into it, but we want guys to come and have fun, compete, and leave better than when they came. And they're going to get great coaching. We're going to teach them skills and knowledge and things that they can take back with them, that they can become better high school football players. So that's what we're looking forward to.
I know you're not supposed to have contact with a lot of the players, but what do you know? What can you tell us about how the team has progressed since the spring game?
They're getting after it. In the weight room with Coach Duval and his staff. We're limited on the amount of time we can spend with the young men, but I know at most positions they're getting in the film room, watching extra film, watching the cut-ups of spring practice. And there's a lot of excitement around in the weight room, in the office. Guys are excited, ready to get on the field and prove that we're going to be a good football team. And, I've read some, publications, preseason publications, and they picked us to win 5 games, 6 games, and finish 5th and whatever it is. And I think the guys, we're using that as motivation because we know we're better than that. And so it's all about the process and getting better this summer.
Since Ryan's not here, another question that I'm sure will be asked a lot. Any update on Trey Bryant's status?
I don't have any. He's working hard, rehabbing. Hopefully he can get over the hump and we can have him this fall. But to me, I think it's day to day. But I know I see him in the weight room. I see him in the training room, rehabbing, getting after it, and I think at the pace he's going, and that hopefully we'll get him back.
I know it's a newer rule, but how many hours a week again do you get with the team during this time of the season?
Well, it's based on how long Coach Duval needs, and so we'll get probably 2 hours a week with the guys and be able to meet with them and just continue to take the next step forward and watch spring and see how we can get better from spring and maybe install some new concepts so that when we hit the ground running in fall, they're ready to go.
And that's just meeting time, or even on the field without no football drills, obviously, but it's on the. I mean, what kind of stuff can you guys do?
Yeah, it's mainly meeting time. They really limit what you can do on the field with them, so it's a lot more meeting time. They'll be on the field with Coach Duval. That's the key on the field, is just getting in shape, conditioning, getting faster, getting stronger. And then we'll utilize the meeting time for them to learn the offense better, and so that and they'll do a lot of things on their own. They'll go out on the field with a ball and run 7-on-7, run team. We call it player-led practices, and I think it helps grow each guy as leaders, and they know what to expect. They know what we want, and they're able to go out there and execute.
When you look at your top 4 to 5 receivers, I mean, a lot of people think it's as good as any in the Big Ten. Just from your perspective, guys you've worked with, how does this group stack up right now when you go into a season, to kind of knowing what you have after the spring?
Yeah, I think we can be the best in the country. I love the guys that we have. They're working their tails off. They're getting in the meeting room, studying. Stanley's the leader, the alpha. He's excited. He wants to finish off on a great note. And then JD and Tyjon, and we got a lot of young guys coming in that are hungry, and they've already gotten into the playbook and studying it. And I think the competition this fall is going to make us all better. And I'm excited about the group, and they continue to work their tails off.
Does Woodyard run as fast as he looks on film?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I have not seen him run, but I've heard, in fact, Monday or last Friday, Stanley came in and said that Woodyard is real fast. So I know if it's coming from Stanley, that means something.
Coach, your style in the Big Ten, which is supposed to be a meat grinder,
Yeah.
run it. What do you say to the people that aren't sure if this style works in the Big Ten?
Well, perception is we're a finesse spread, but we're going to be physical. And it all starts up front with the offensive line coming off the ball, setting a new line of scrimmage. And so we're going to be physical. We're going to try to run the football. And when we do that, then it's going to open up the passing game. And, we're going to be multiple with a lot of formations. We're going to use tempo to our advantage. But what can't get lost is with the tempo is that we're going to be a physical unit, and excited about the offensive line, the depth that we have. Coach Austin does a great job, and I know when the season starts, those guys are going to be ready to go.
What's your plan at center now that Michael Decker we know is going to retire from the game? I mean, are you looking at Farmer? Are you looking at Conrad? I mean, what kind of direction are you going there right now?
Those guys, you know, we Coach Austin does a great job at training all those guys to play multiple positions. And so, you know, when we recruit athletes and guys that can play guard and also tackles, or centers that can also play guards that can play center. So all those guys are working. We'll get out in the fall and kind of see who our best 7, 8 guys are, and you know, those are the guys that are going to play.
You feel like you're ahead of schedule as compared to where you were at this point with Central Florida?
Definitely. First of all, as a staff, we're ahead. You know, we got to UCF. You know, we had to learn the offense as a staff, learn the culture, learn how Coach Frost wanted things done. And so now that we're in our 3rd year together, we know exactly what needs to be done. We know the offense, we know schemes, we know techniques, and so we're further ahead as a staff, and that means the players are further ahead because we know how to install, we know what to install, and really the guys really picked this offense up faster here than they did at UCF, and eager to learn and excited when we got here. They got in the meeting rooms, got in the film study, and you know, and they picked up the offense, and we finished spring ahead of where we were at UCF, and now we've got to just continue to take that next step this summer and get stronger and faster, and continue to learn the nuances of the offense. And if we do that, then we can hit the field running in the fall.
Coach, the fan base is excited, obviously. Strength of schedule early on was predicted as about 2nd in the nation.
Yep.
Obviously, that comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But obviously, an optimistic fan base. What does that kind of say to you, having such a hard schedule we have?
Yeah, first of all, we don't see it as pressure. We see that as an opportunity to show what Nebraska football is all about. We're excited. I'm excited about the schedule. Open up with Akron, and then have Colorado Buffaloes, that old rivalry coming into town, and then Troy, who's a good football team, but and then the Big Ten. And we love the schedule. We want to play the best. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And so we're excited. Excited to play at home the first 3 games in front of our fans. And I think the guys, when they're working out, they understand the schedule. And when they work out, they're not working out just to work out. They're working out because they know they've got to be in shape for the Michigans, for the Colorados, the Akrons, the Troys, the Ohio States. And you know, you can't go through the motions with the schedule we're playing. And so it's exciting, and we're going to take on all comers, and we're ready to go.